So before I get started, let me just share with you the fact that I was listening to this interview that CoffeeZilla did with this hedge fund manager on his channel. It's entitled "Hedge Fund Manager Breaks Down GameStop," and I was listening to it basically for insight and tips. And ever since the GameStop Reddit craze went on, I've been listening to as many high value interviews and as many website breakdowns as I could because I wanted to see what everybody was saying and I wanted to see what everybody was saying from different points of view. So I've listened to MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. I listened to the actual Congress people like Elizabeth Warren and AOC, people who had something to say about it in order to understand why it is that the public feels the way that they do, because ultimately, depending upon which side you're getting your information from, that's going to determine a lot of the moves that people are currently making in investing. So if you have a chance, I recommend that you listen to this interview because this guy right here actually did a very good job explaining the logistics of what's happening with hedge funds and with stocks in general. And I just thought that anybody who's currently involved in trading, these are things that they really should know and they should be paying attention to. So anyway, um, let's take a quickie look at Dogecoin. So they've basically been doing their best to sucker people into Dogecoin. You've got Stephen Graham talking about it. You got Elon Musk talking about how he's going to give it to their children. Now, I want you to notice Elon Musk put $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. Why didn't Elon Musk put another 1.5 into Dogecoin? Well, the answer is very, very simple. Because Elon Musk doesn't want you to cash out of his money by putting it into Dogecoin. See, what a lot of people don't seem to understand is what makes something have value is the fact that it's rare and that there's not much of it. If we were all in prison, if we were in the booty house, currency would be toilet paper, toothbrushes, toothpaste, ramen noodles. That would actually be currency, and people would be trading in stuff like goods because those goods have intrinsic value. You can wipe your booty with toilet paper. You can brush your teeth with the toilet. I'm sorry, the toilet. You can brush it. Well, technically, you probably might have to use the toilet because the water in the prisons are nasty anyway. So, anyway, bottom line is what gives something value is that there's not a lot of it and that it has intrinsic value. There is no intrinsic value in Dogecoin. There is no intrinsic value in Bitcoin either. The difference between Dogecoin and Bitcoin is that there are currently 21 million Bitcoin as a total circulation. Dogecoin is 180 billion. How much value is anybody getting out of something that's 180 billion? But guess what? You're not in trying to get into these cryptocurrencies for value. You're not trying to look for long-term value. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get rich quick because you think that you can speculate on the price. You think that you can buy into GameStop. You think you can buy into BBBY. You think you can buy into Dogecoin, and you think that you can somehow come out rich. Well, as we all know, that ain't the truth for the vast majority of you. Yes, there are some people who will make a lot of money because they got in when Dogecoin was down here at 0.001 or something like that. But what they're looking to do is hype this shit up so that you put your money into it, boost up the price, and then they're going to sell out. That, by definition, is a pump and dump. Now, whether or not it's a scam or it's legal, all depends on what the government says. If the government says cease and desist, just like SEC did to Ripple XRP, then you cease and desist because you ain't got a damn choice. Oh, that reminds me. How about this story? India bans cryptocurrencies, gives investors 6 months to liquidate their assets. Now, I want you to think about something. All over YouTube are these fake Forex traders, these YouTube, Facebook, fake Forex traders who are doing their best to get into your wallet and to get you to invest money into absolute bullshit, which is obviously a Ponzi scheme because they actually open up by saying, yeah, if you give me $100, you'll be able to cash out like $500 in Bitcoin. See, my thing is I watch what scammers do very, very carefully. It's not enough for me to just see that you're doing a scam. No, I want to understand, why does the scam work, how does the scam work, and how long can the scam work. I'm not a scammer, but I want to understand the logistics behind your scam. India has banned cryptocurrencies, and they're giving you 6 months to liquidate everything you can. So all of those people who are Indian scammers calling up other countries trying to get people to buy into their forex and their crypto, guess what? You got 6 months. After that, it's illegal. Now, India might be the first country to do this, but they won't be the last. Do you really think that another country is going to let cryptocurrency or anything else threaten its national currency? The answer is no. China, for example, China, if they tell you the same thing because they feel that the yuan is, for whatever reason, threatened, the same exact thing could happen. There could suddenly be a massive sell-off, because that's what's going to happen here. There's going to be a massive sell-off of cryptocurrencies simply because countries are banning them. Now, some people might try to get slick and hold on to them and be like, oh, yeah, well, they'll never know. Guess what? How are you going to cash this stuff out if you don't move to another country and declare citizenship somewhere else? The government is watching Coinbase. The government is watching Robinhood. The government is watching Webull. The government is watching all trading. It's watching all cryptos, and it's waiting to see gigantic movements. Behind this, there's going to be a gigantic movement. And if they see that there's certain places where the numbers don't add up, that's where they're going to focus their attention. And guess what? Then you're going to be in trouble. Do you really think that China is going to let cryptocurrency threaten the yuan? The answer is no. Guess what? China executes people for money laundering, embezzlement, rape, murder, drug dealing, gun running. They execute you. You know what they do? They take you into a field. They ask you, excuse me, could you please open your mouth? Because the problem with your teeth is your teeth are hard. So if they shoot you in the back of the head and it hits your teeth, they could have a problem. The bullet could ricochet. They don't want that. So they ask you to open your mouth. They put a rifle to the back of your head and they shoot you. Bang! And then they send your family the bill for the bullet. That's how they handle their murderers. That's how they handle their rapists. That's how they handle their drug dealers, their embezzlers, their money launderers, their gun runners, and anybody else who crosses the PRC government. India executes people too. How many? We're not exactly sure, but it's a lot. And guess what? America, we do the exact opposite. We keep people on death row for decades. And even this woman who just got executed when Trump was kicked out of office, she cut another woman's baby out of her stomach, and the baby died and the woman died, and they kept this woman on death row for a long time, and then they executed her as Trump was walking out of office in order to basically make sure nobody ever granted her clemency. It's done. It's over. Wash your hands of it. So anyway, my point is, no government is playing games with you. They can flip a switch, and what's legal becomes illegal overnight. Now, you'll notice that they haven't done any of that to Robinhood, because what Robinhood was doing was abiding by its terms of service and its contract. So, let's check and see if GME got to the moon yet. Hey, GameStop, did you guys get to the moon? Oh, no, you didn't. They said, oh, we're going to the moon. We're going to Jupiter. This ain't the moon. This is $52. But the question that some might ask is, well, why didn't it fall any further? Well, guess what? It's not going to fall further because there's a lot of people who got in over $100, lost a lot of money, and now they're afraid to sell out, which is basically causing the stock to hold somewhere around $50. Every couple of days, it drops $2 or $3. But guess what? If you made the mistake of believing the pump and dump that it was going to 1,000, you got screwed, and that's just it. You got screwed. You got screwed. How about that? GameStop trades and meme investing makes stocks a PONZI scheme that hurts the little guys. I've always maintained the fact that I believed cryptocurrency was a Ponzi scheme. No government is going to trade in cryptocurrency unless they create their own cryptocurrency, which is basically like saying that they've created a new national currency. The Chinese have a digital yuan. America has a cryptocurrency coming for the dollar if it's not already rolled out. But they're never going to allow you to simply trade in a cryptocurrency that they, as a government, do not like. So, what is this? They're talking about Ponzi schemes. Ponzi schemes are basically pump and dumps. Pump and dumps are basically Ponzi schemes. There is small legal distinction, but at the end of the day, you know it when you see it. When you see everybody talking about, hey, put your money in this real quick because this is going to go to the moon, and you realize that, wait a minute, there's no product behind it. There's nothing behind it. Bitcoin doesn't exist. The thing about a stock, the thing about the US dollar, these things are tangible. I can reach into my wallet and I can pull out dollars. I can take those dollars to the store. My business pays me in dollars. That is tangible. Even if you don't believe in it, even it says in God we trust. Even if you don't believe in any of that, guess what? There's more backing that than there is backing your Dogecoin. Oh, let me see how Dogecoin's doing. Oh, no, we're not to the moon. This isn't the moon. If Elon Musk really believed in you, why didn't he put $1.5 billion in you? You know why? Because he didn't want you cashing out his money. He wants his Ponzi scheme to rise, not to fall. That's what he wants. And there are some of you who are so certain that you're going to get rich on Dogecoin. How much more do you need for them to do than to tell you that Dogecoin started as a joke? I mean, the warnings are there. They're telling you up front this is bullshit. What's happening here? Like, I just don't get it. They're telling you it's a joke. And at the end of the day, when you try to take them to court and ask where's your money, they're going to tell you, listen, this is a joke. Why did you put your money into this? Meanwhile, the person who got in real early is going to cash out and buy a Lamborghini. But you're not. I'll tell you what, when you get your Lamborghini, send me a private message, and I will gladly do an interview with you about how you bought your Lamborghini using some goddamn Dogecoin. It's so sad how many people are going to lose their money. Just like GameStop, I did my best. I did my best to tell people to stay away from this bullshit. All they did was argue with me. I don't bother arguing with people anymore. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. We're going to the moon. We're going to Pluto. We're going to Mars. We're going to Jupiter. Hold the line. Hold the line. And yet you're at $52.40. I did my best to tell you to stay away from the nonsense. I told you. Put your money in electric cars. NIO is right now close to $60 a share. At its highest was 66. Trump's government that tried to start a trade war with China. You'd have to be a fool to start a trade war with a country that's making 90% of the stuff in the world, or somewhere close to it. NIO's on its way to the moon. And I told you as early as $3 a share. Buy NIO. But no. Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna buy Dogecoin. Oh, wait. Where's Dogecoin at? Oh, goddamn, it's dropping faster than I can make this video. But anyway, I told you, buy NIO. Buy Logitech. Buy Apple with the stock split. Buy Tesla. I told you in the very beginning, buy Tesla. Tesla was less than $40. Where's Tesla now? Hold on. Where's Tesla right now? Let's find out. Where's Tesla at? Where is Tesla? Let's see. $816 from a high of 880 something. I told you to buy those, but no. You had better ideas. That's okay. I'm not going to be upset. I'm just going to sit back, count my money. No big deal. So, NIO, making Chinese EVs, is going to the moon. With me, I have 100 shares of NIO plus 10 shares in my account that I use. No, I'm sorry. I have 12 shares in the little account. I have 100 shares in the big account. 100 shares cost me, it was $330 or something. And now we're about $60. I'm up. That's all. So, Tesla, $25,000 Tesla car is coming. They are determined to eat the Chinese market alive. You see this guy right here? this guy right here, this guy right here, he's my quantitative. His name's Yang. He won a math competition in China. He doesn't even speak English. But that's not true. That's not true. His name is actually Tom Zhu. I'm sure he kind of does speak English. And he's making Tesla in China, the Model 3, the Model Y. Let me tell you something. These cars are close to $50,000. And they pass $70,000 when you go to China. And these people are buying them. They're buying them. And the stock keeps going up to the point where they're going to probably have to do another stock split. They are buying these cars. And they got a $25,000 car coming. Do you know what's going to happen to this stock when this $25,000 Tesla comes out? Even when the stock right now is at $800, do you know what's going to happen to Tesla when this car right here is released? Do you know what's going to happen to the stock? I have a good idea what's going to happen to the stock. The same thing that's been happening since I got in at $30 a share. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Do I need to tell you what's going to happen? Do I need to tell you that we're going to the moon? We're going to Jupiter? And then we're going to take back the White House? Yeah! Do I need to tell you what's happening? But you don't want to listen to me. No, no, no. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm buying Dogecoin. We're buying Dogecoin. Yeah, oh, okay, cool. No problem. So let me tell you what happened last week. A couple of things happened last week. As you know, I am on this, I share a lot of information right here, just like I shared this interview right here on Wall Street Trapping. So I'm a moderator at this group, and we've got a couple of people who came in and were sharing information and everything. Let me tell you a little bit about what happened last week. Another Ponzi scheme got busted while I was busy putting my money into weed stocks and to companies that are coming up as Kamala Harris is preparing to legalize weed. Well, this Chinese youth got caught with a $23,000 a month condo running a Ponzi scheme using cryptocurrency. $23,000 a month. I've told you this story before, but let me just explain to you what's happening in New York City. In New York City, businesses are being purchased as they, run down. Apartment buildings are being bought. Houses are being bought. But they're being bought for money laundering purposes. People in India, people in China, people who have money outside of this country are buying up our properties and they're using them to launder money. There is no way that you have a $23,000 a month anything and the government's not watching you. In fact, if you're doing anything where something is receiving payments that's higher than $10,000, government's watching that. Now, if you're certain people, they don't care because they already know you're making more money than you can count. Like if you own certain businesses, like if you're Jeff Bezos, they're not really watching you closely. Or if you're like Warren Buffett, they're not watching you. But when you're a Chinese kid and you're 20, how old are you? Let's see, 19 years old. 19 years old who has a $23,000 a month apartment. They are laundering their money. Let me explain how it works. China sells you an $80 television or an 80-inch television for $1,000. You go out, buy it. You buy your PlayStation 5s made in China. You buy your Xboxes made in China. You buy your monitors, your laptops, your microphones, your glassware, your silverware, your watches, your phones. All of it's made in the same damn place. But when they get your cash, there's nothing they can do with it in China. Because the problem is if they start spending their cash in China, they start losing money. So they spend just enough to live, they hold on to the cash money, and then they bring it to America. Why? So they can buy out your businesses, they can buy out your stores, they can buy out your houses, they can buy out your apartments. They are essentially transferring your cash back to them. What you're doing is you're outsourcing American inflation. As we're printing money, you're buying stuff. When the government hands you those $3,000 welfare checks, those $1,200 welfare checks, That is causing inflation. However, if you take that inflation and put it into the stock market, it inflates the stock market. If you put it into cryptocurrency, trying to get rich, it inflates the cryptocurrency market. If you put that money into buying guns, like Kyle Rittenhouse, who's going to be in prison soon, that inflates the gun market. So now the AR-15s run out. The point is, we're outsourcing inflation, so we don't feel it as much. But when they come and bring those cash dollars back to America, they buy an apartment for $23,000 a month. Where do you think they're getting that money? They're getting it from you. So anyway, they're using our apartments here. Some of these apartments are empty, but they're still being paid for. Why? Because I'm money laundering. Sending money from India to here, sending money from China to here, sending money from anywhere, Russia to here. They don't want tenants. Tenants complain. They don't want that. They don't want a tenant. Because if they have a tenant, now they got somebody they got to take care of. They got somebody who can complain. No, those apartments are empty. Empty. Empty apartments. We had 1,500 empty apartments, and the number keeps growing. But y'all ain't listening to me, because you know what y'all doing? Y'all are investing in Dogecoin, because y'all invested in Dogecoin. So, anyway, they caught this turkey running his Ponzi scheme using his Bitcoin cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme, and y'all are paying him. Oh, you know what? The government just gave me a $1,200 welfare check. Let me transfer it over to Stephen Chin, who's 19 years old. Stephen Chin is the silent millionaire who you don't realize he has all this money, because he's not going to show you all this money. He's not going to drive around in a Lamborghini. He's going to collect all your money. He's going to launder it, and then he's going to be super rich. His children are going to be super rich, and you're still buying into Dogecoin, trying to get your Lamborghini, which you ain't never gonna get. And you think this shit is legit because, you know, Stephen Chin has his Rolls Royce. But I can't tell y'all nothing. Y'all don't listen to me, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm making my money. So let me tell you about my moves this week. With my little YouTube account that I started with $5,000, I got real close to $20,000, but then something started to happen. Reddit was pumping up weed stocks. Now, I bought into these weed stocks 3 years ago, so the SEC cannot come to me and say I'm part of a pump and dump, because I'm not. I bought into mine years ago on the bet that I was investing into companies and that weed was going to eventually be legal. On the bet that weed was going to eventually be legal, I bought into all of these companies. And as you know, last week they started running up. Like, you can see some of the gains being made, but you can also see that last week Reddit sold off hemp, they sold off LATF, they sold off a couple of them. But because I bought into these things so cheap, I didn't sell off. I did sell out of MJNA. I made so much money in MJNA that I was like, you know what? If these assholes on Reddit are selling out, I want to capture some of those gains. So I sold MJNA, I sold MCOA. And then after I sold them, I wait until I felt they bottomed out, and then I bought back into them. So this time, if you compare my portfolio now to last time, you'll notice that MCOA, hemp, and MJNA is gone. I'm going to buy more MJNA, but I'm going to try to wait till the price bottoms out again. But here's the thing. In this portfolio, I only have 10,000 shares pretty much of each, with the exception of this one. I had 20,000 shares. And I also had IMTV. I had 50,000 shares. I sold that as soon as I gained money on it. I sold that one. Once the numbers get high enough that I feel comfortable selling, I sell. So I took some of that money and I bought Apple. I have 100,000 shares of each of those marijuana companies that is in this list. And then what I did, and I have that in my larger portfolio that I don't really share on YouTube because I want to use this one as a teaching tool. So I bought 10 shares of Apple. As you can see, that's a $1,300 value. I intend to ultimately buy some more Apple because eventually they're going to do another stock split. And then they'll end up running those numbers right back up because Apple has a user base that's not going anywhere. They have a growing user base. That's the important thing. Apple is how you retire. Apple, you put money into that little by little by little. Eventually, you get so much money that you'll have $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. One thing I have to say real quick to my fans, I've gained a lot of fans on YouTube. I appreciate the people. This is what I really appreciate. I appreciate the people who are sending me testimonials about how much money my advice has made them. That's all I ask for because I want to prove to all of these fake YouTube gurus who are trying to get people to buy their plans and their books. I don't read your books. I'm not buying no YouTube guru books. I watch the news. I watch multiple perspectives, different news channels. I read everything I can read on a subject. I don't read your books, your fake books. I don't buy your fake books. I do the real investigation. And that's how I make my money. I don't read your fake platforms, your fake courses. I've never charged anybody for my advice. I'm more than happy to give my advice for free. But it's funny because people don't like my views. Oh man, when I on YouTube and I look at my video views, I'm looking at my video views thanks to this YouTube algorithm. I'm getting less than 1,000 views per most of these videos. The only videos that I get that I do that actually make a lot of views now, thanks to this bullshit 2020 YouTube algorithm, is when I'm doing SRT videos. And as soon as I start talking about stocks, let me tell you, this is what's happening. This is the reason why I've changed my channel a little bit. But when I start talking about stocks, all of a sudden I get limited views on my videos. So the thing about it is I still have YouTube money coming in. Every 21st, 22nd of the month, I'm still making $2,000 off of YouTube. Problem is, my views have gone down because I want to talk about stocks and making money in politics. But YouTube is purposefully cutting me down, and even people like Stephen Graham and CoffeeZilla, they are reducing our reach. We can't even say the word coronavirus. We can't even say the word quarantine because they start cutting into our views with the algorithm. Now, it hasn't stopped me from making my money because YouTube for me is a side hustle. So I keep doing what I'm doing, and someday maybe the algorithm will change, maybe my views, maybe all of these videos will suddenly start getting views. So I really make my, how should I say, I get my audience from my testimonials, from Facebook. That's where I get my real audience because YouTube is purposefully cutting down my views. If I dropped an SRT video, I used to get easily 20, 30,000 views. But YouTube is playing a game, and me personally, I don't feel like playing that game because I make my money in real estate. So bottom line is, I'm going to keep doing exactly what I do the way I feel like doing it. I'm not going to change the way I do it. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to keep doing it until the algorithm changes, and maybe then, like for instance, of all the warnings I gave about GameStop, look at this. My video had 1.2 thousand views. I was calling that shit a pump and dump scam the moment I realized what it was, and I only got 1,000 views. Meanwhile, anybody who was talking positively about it, they got hundreds of thousands of views. Well, guess what? Where are your 100,000 views now? $52. That's where you are. So YouTube purposefully cut me off, and they let your dumbass buy in at $400, and now you're down to 52. So while I was making money, you were losing it. If I sound angry or I sound bitter, yeah, that's pretty much the way I want to sound. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. So while I was making people money, while I had friends who made over 50,000 off of my advice, you cost a lot of people, a lot of children on Robinhood. You cost them money. I made them money. You cut my volume down, and you cost them money. You were telling them to buy in at $300 a share, while Jim Cramer was costing people millions of dollars. I was telling people to buy Tesla, but Jim Cramer.
So I'm here with the W222.
To sell Tesla. I was telling people to buy Tesla years ago. Oh, Jim Cramer. Let's see. Jim Cramer says sell Tesla. Where is it? Let's see. Oldest. Cause see, a lot of these videos they try to get rid of them so this way you can't see the truth. But I don't delete my videos. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? It was so young. He was talking about selling Tesla back before it was even $300, and I was telling people to buy Tesla. This guy was telling, and this guy has a job. This guy is the one that they uplift, not me, not me. They uplift this bald, stuttering bastard who cost you millions and in some cases billions of dollars, telling you to hold Bear Stearns. But they uplift him and not me. So if I sound bitter, if I sound angry, yeah, that's pretty much what I was going for. Yep, that's pretty much exactly what I was going for. They uplift him, but not me. They uplift the people giving bad advice because it's good for business, but not me. Okay, so anyway, bottom line is I put $5,000 into this account. And believe me, the other account is way higher, but I'm actually proud of this account because I started this account during the beginning of the pandemic when oil prices were at the all-time low. What did I do? I made watch lists for you. Has Jim Cramer made a watch list for you? No. I made watch lists for you. I told you about where to put your money to buy dividends. I told you about buying weed stocks. I did it years ago. I told you about buying Chinese companies that had a huge market share. I told you about buying Logitech and AMD below $50. I told you about I am an oil man. Wait, where's that video? Wait, hold on. I gotta prove my point. I have to prove my point. I just gotta do it. I have to do it. I just have to do it. Where is that video? Let's see. I told you I am an oil man. That's what I said. I said, what is this? 9 months ago. I told you about buying these things when oil was less than a freaking dollar. I researched the oil companies and I said, you know what? Buy TTI. Buy, what was it? CPE. I told you to buy certain things. I said, you know what? Here's a watch list. This is what you should go after. Oh, but no! I'm going to put my money in Dogecoin because we're going to the moon! We're going to Jupiter! We're going to the White House! And we're going to take it back! Well, are you rich yet? I guess. I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know. Some of you are going to get rich because you got in at the very beginning. The bottom line is buy low, sell high. So if I can trick enough idiots into putting their money into this bullshit, I can cash out. Okay. My own personal Ponzi scheme, right? Yeah. So anyway, that's just me. So let me explain again. I sold MJNA with the profits. What I did was, and this is another little thing I want to tell you about. You should never actually cash out 100% of your funds available for trading. I use TD Ameritrade, as you can see, for all of my portfolios with the exception of the one I have with E-Trade. You should never cash out entirely, and the reason why is because if you suddenly want to buy a stock that you see, you'll have nothing in your available funds for trading. So what will end up happening is you'll have to ask the bank to send over money in electronic transfer. So what will happen is you'll have to wait 2 or 3 days, and then the price will start running up possibly. So you should really keep some money in. I would say $1,000, $2,000. The reason why right now it's $857 is because I cashed out of MJNA when it was at its height. I took some of that money. I bought Tesla. I bought more hemp. I sold MCOA. I bought more MCOA because the company itself is up and coming. As marijuana recreational use is being legalized, those companies are up and coming. I believe in those companies. That's the reason why I'm investing in those companies. Other than that, my focus is on, in this account, slowly flipping stocks that appreciate in value and then buying into the dividend payers. Apple, ISBC as a bank, basically banks, oil, and some of the larger well-known tech companies. That's where I'm putting my money. Now, granted, there's no right or wrong way to invest. Obviously, it's wrong if you're fucking up and losing money. There's no right or wrong way to invest. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you're buying into high value dividend stocks as cheaply as possible, the oil sector is right now, it's like $50 a barrel. It's slowly going towards $100 a value, which is the reason why they want to ultimately force us into electric cars. It's going to get there by government mandate. Eventually, just like you saw the manual disappear, eventually the automatic transmission with the V6 and four-cylinder engine is going to disappear. In my opinion, I say good riddance. Once they install more chargers everywhere, this is the future. It's inevitable. You can't beat it. That's just what's coming. Besides, four cylinders and six cylinders. You know what that means when we have EVs? It means that any of my neighbors with these stupid, shitty little fart can cylinders on their stupid Subarus and their stupid Honda Accords that are loud and stupid and sell like fart cans, I'll never have to hear them again because they'll be forced into an electric car and I'll never have to hear their pathetic four cylinders and their pathetic straight pipe V6s. I'll never have to hear those things again. So as far as I'm concerned, bring it on. I hope you all end up driving around in DeLoreans with electric plugs. And I'll never have to hear that nonsense ever again. And it annoys me. I don't want to hear your twin turbo garbage engines. I don't want to hear them because they suck. They sound stupid. I don't want to hear them. They're annoying. I'm trying to sleep at 1 a.m. and I got to hear your stupid cheap car come through my yard at 20 miles an hour because you're trying to spool up your crap turbos with your garbage BMW M3 that's old and your crappy Volkswagen. I don't want to hear it. I want you to have a nice, quiet electric car. And it's coming because eventually the government's going to mandate it. And you can't fight. You can't fight the system and you can't fight the government. Neo tried to fight the Matrix. The Matrix told him in the end, it's like, hey, guess what, Neo? You can't beat me. All we do is give you another version of the Matrix, and we give you the illusion of choice. So guess what? You can't beat me. And in the end, what did Neo do? Neo joined up with the Matrix in order to fight Agent Smith. You can't beat the Matrix. You can't. You think you can because they give you an illusion of choice. It's just like Democrats versus Republicans. That's an illusion. Right wing, left wing. They're two wings on the same bird. You can't beat the system. You can't beat globalization. Trump tried to beat globalization. Look where his ass is. Impeached twice. He did get acquitted twice, but he got impeached twice and he's out of office. That's what happens when you try to fight the system. Don't try to fight the system. Join the system. Get paid off in the system. It's easier. And in the long run, you don't end up like John F. Kennedy. Right? Don't try to fight the system. Make your money using the system. Learn the system. Embrace the system. That's what you have to do. And if you don't do that, well, guess what? It's like you're just going to end up broke. That's basically how it works. So that's all I wanted to say. So basically this week, what are my moves? My moves this week will be watching the values of my quick gainers and weed because I already know that my Stellantis, guess what? They said, guess what? We're not making any more Hemis, no more Hellcats, none of that. Their shares are going up because they're buying into electric vehicles. And that's just that. You can't fight them. I bought in to Stellantis. Where did I buy in? I bought in this account, I bought it at $7. I've doubled my money. Just doubled my. If I put all of my money into Stellantis, whatever my money was, I'd have doubled it by now. Period. But I don't do that. I diversify. Diversifying means that if an entire sector gets wiped out, I'll only lose like a fourth of my money, not all of it. Ford making those horrible electric Mustangs. You know all of you losers who have those Mustang Fox bodies and you're holding on to those old ass cars? Eventually those cars are going to rot and you won't even be able to wrap them because they're going to rot and you're going to be forced into a Mustang electric vehicle. Well, guess what? I bought into Ford at $5.36. It went to $11. So if I had just put all of my money into Ford, I'd have doubled my money. So I bought it, what is it, KNDI? I got 200 shares right here of KNDI. $6.87. Soon it's going to be, right now it's $9. I've made $426. When this goes back to $17, I'll have made over $3,000. It's electric vehicles. It's made in China for poor people in India, China, small countries. I'm going to double my money easily. I'm not even worried about it. Let me tell you something. Right now, I'm not even worried about the money. I'm not even worried about it. Because when I invest, I make gains. I don't invest in Dogecoin. I don't invest in Dogecoin. I don't do that. I don't do that. Because I'm not into pump and dump schemes that could be made illegal at any given time because the government wants to give you a cease and desist. I don't do that. I invest in the big names, the big boys, the blue chips. I invest in biopharma. I invest in banks. It's a bank! They make money! That's their job! I don't understand why this is so difficult. I just don't get it. I invest in banks. Bank stocks. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh, and I know some people would criticize me if I didn't show some of my losses. Well, guess what? Let's see. Of all the money I've made in gains, here are my losses because I like to be transparent here. Hemp, $128, $105. Let's see. So I've lost $228, $300. Let's round this up to $362, whatever. $400. Let's see, 5, 6. Let's say I've lost about $600 or $700. But let's see what I've gained. Let's see, 1,225, 1,079. Stellantis 853. Silica, oil stock basically. So I rest my case. I can't scream any louder. I can't. I'm tired of screaming. My voice hurts. I can't scream any louder. If you want to listen to me, listen to me. Listen to YouTube when they overshadow me. Listen to Jim Cramer. Listen to Dogecoin. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm about to take my boo out on Valentine's Day and spend a little bit of this money. I'm tired. I can't yell anymore. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I'm bored. I'm making this money. I'm sitting on my ass all day making money. As soon as the market opens at 9:30, I'm making that money. And I'm just sitting on my ass staring at a computer screen. And I'm just tired. I can't scream anymore. I'm just tired. I'm tired of screaming. Why should I scream? Nobody's listening. Why should I scream? They want to talk about their Dogecoin. They want to talk about their Bitcoin because they're waiting for it to get to 50,000. Yeah, it'll probably get to 50,000. But here's the question: when it gets to 50,000, who's gonna sell out and cash out your money? Because then when it gets to 50,000, you already know there's going to be a pullback because there's some people who are going to cash out at 50,000, and it's going to keep being it's going to be an elevator. You get on one floor, you get off on another. Somebody else gets on that floor, they ride it to another floor, they get off. It's an elevator. It's a Ponzi scheme. All of these things are Ponzi schemes. But mine pay dividends. That's the difference. I get dividends. You don't. Because there ain't no dividends with no freaking cryptocurrency right now. Not at Bitcoin, not at Dogecoin. But you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired. This is almost 45 minutes worth of screaming and yelling. No point in screaming and yelling. No point. No point. For those of you who follow me in my community chat, well, as far as where the rest of my money went, for those of you who follow me on my community chat, some of you know where I'll say $2,200 worth of my money went yesterday. I'm not going to repeat it right here if you don't follow my community chat, but some of you know what I spent $2,200 on yesterday. Some of y'all know. I'm not going to say it right now, but in the summer, maybe I'll make some videos and show you where my $2,200 went yesterday.